Hi y'all, this is Cheryl. I'm about 50 days post-op, but that's not what I want to talk about tonight. Ooh, shit. My heart is still beating fast. Me and my son was watching some stuff on YouTube about Ouija boards. Ouija, whatever the fuck. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, when I was younger, I played with a Ouija board. But I wasn't playing with it just for the sake of playing with it. I was trying to see if I could talk to my mother. What was that? No, that was before my mother passed. Oh, I was asking it questions about my grandmother's brother, because she always worried about him, where he was in the world and whether he was still alive or not. So my friend gets this bright idea, let's ask the Ouija board. So I'm like, okay. Duh. And what I'm telling y'all is the truth. And I don't swear, but I will put my hand on a 900 stack of Bibles that what I'm about to tell y'all actually happened that day. It was a hot summer day. It was about 90 degrees. So we got the Ouija board out, planchette, start asking questions. Now this is when I was about 12 or 13, and the room just started getting cold, and I asked it about her brother, and it told me that he had passed on. Then I asked it about Marilyn Monroe, and it told me that she was murdered. This is years before they found that needle mark in her foot. The Ouija board told me she was murdered. She didn't kill herself. So I was like, oh. And now, as y'all know, I'm a sensitive, psychic, whatever you want to call it. So the board started getting crazy. And as the room got colder, we was just like, our hearts was racing. So we was like, who else is in here? The board said S-A-T. It didn't even finish. I flipped that bitch upside down. We ran out that house. We just all sat on the porch and busted out crying. And I said, I will never, ever touch a Ouija board again, and I haven't. And that was over 30 years ago. And I haven't, and I don't intend to. For y'all who don't believe, it's real. You could fuck up your whole life with one little, let's see what this is about. Because it is a porthole to hell. And so many demons come through when you play with a Ouija board. I don't even know why they still sell them. But, so we just saw this particularly alarming Ouija board session. My heart's still pounding. Woo! I had them come in the kitchen with me. Now you know I was scared. This is crazy, because I experience paranormal activity every other day, if not every day. And it takes a lot to scare me. So you know what the hell we just saw was some shit. my when I first hooked up with Tony, okay, never mind. When I first hooked up with Tony, it told me, whatever's been following me my whole life, no matter what house I go to, it turns up sooner or later. It told me that it wanted Tony out the picture because he makes me happy. So one day Tony went to sleep. It was time for me to wake him up. He opened his eyes and I knew it wasn't Tony. And he was like, they keep telling me, get out, white boy, get out, white boy. She don't really like you. She just using you for your money and stuff. But his voice was like all fucked up. And his face was morphing. And I was like, oh shit. So he just got up, ran down the steps, got in his car. He was doing about 90 out that parking lot, and I knew that wasn't safe because I lived in a curb. And I was like, I had to call him on his cell phone and scream his name as loud as I could, and he snapped out of it. He said, how did I get where I'm at? Because he was like on the side of our house. And he backed back in, and I told him what had happened. Well, this entity gave him hell trying to get him out of my life. He had some long johns next to my bed. The motherfuckers burst into flames. Wasn't nobody over there with no cigarettes or nothing. It used to throw, I had a lamp by the chair he used to sit in, and it threw sparks on him, blue sparks. And like they would almost catch, but I'd be hitting on his shoulders. And so many other little just bad things. And he said, I'm not going. I love you. That thing can do whatever. I'm not going. So then it ramped it up to about 1,000. So much stuff went on. It was just a crazy time. Stuff would disappear. Now, my son's cell phone disappeared. We emptied that house when we moved. We did not see that cell phone. But like I said, that house had all these little bitty doors. So Tony said, I'm going to open one and see if his cell phone's in there. And I said, if you go near that door, I will fucking bust your head. We not opening them fucking doors as long as I live here. Whatever evil's behind them is going to stay behind them. Because one time I was on my computer blogging, and something just started pounding on that door from the other side. And I was like, I was so scared I almost shit on myself. And I know I'm probably running short on time, but I'm telling y'all, please, for y'all own sake and safety, I don't care if you're so curious, your eyelids are flying back and your head is beeping on the top. Do not fuck with a Ouija board. Do not fuck with white witchcraft, because it's really not white. Just beware of the supernatural, because it can get you in a whole lot of ways. Now, I have never done any of that, but yet something has followed me my whole life since I was 2 years old. And I know it's an entity because I have EVPs of it talking, but which stands for electronic voice phenomena, which goes along with what y'all might call ghost hunting or whatever. But I just can make EVPs. So this stuff is real. I'm not crazy. I'm not drunk. I'm not high. I'm not making this up. like I said, I will put my hand on a 900 stack of Bibles. This is all true. And I usually don't talk about this, but sometimes people need to hear the truth. Because somebody might be in this situation and don't recognize it. Yes, evil is out there. The devil is out to destroy us. It's a battle of good and evil constantly. I happen to be on the good side. My son happens to be on the good side. We're the two that get bothered the most. My 2 children act like devils. And they never bother them. Never. But me and my son catch hell. So, it's a battle between good and evil. So, that's just my little, that's my ghost story. I can't say celebrity ghost story because I ain't no celebrity, but that's my ghost story, and it goes a lot deeper and a lot further, but we'll discuss that on another day. So, I thank you all for your viewership, and remember what I said, it's real. Night.